Guess who? It's me, Doofy Doo, with the Doofy Doo talk through of Shiren the Wanderer, episode 9. Last episode, I had just demonstrated one of the many verbs of Shiren the Wanderer by pimp slapping an adorable bunny across the room into a wall where it promptly died. It sounds like a terrible thing to do, but trust me, those fluffy bunnies have it coming. A lot of experienced Shiren players are going to wonder why I don't hold down B when I step over gold and then swap it out with one of my items so it's available to throw at enemies. That is a very useful tactic. Money does a lot of damage. You're literally throwing your money at your problems. But it never really appealed to me. It always seemed kind of boring in comparison with using the magical staffs and herbs. And I like to organize my inventory, and when you use that technique, you can't really use the organize button. So I won't be using that technique. If you do use it, more power to you. But in this talk through, not going to be throwing money at our problems. I just teleported next to this little dragon-like nightcrawler. I scared him half to death. I'll walk around this slowness trap. Hey, Carsista, I want to get with ya. Their hair really does look like nacho cheese. And I have to say there are very few things in this universe that are not improved by the addition of nacho cheese. Even nacho cheese that slowed down and just stepped on a rotten trap. This is a weird question, but could I dip a tortilla chip into your hair, Curse Sister, please? Maybe? No? Alright. Kill this air devil. As you play Shiren, it's natural that you start ranking the items in terms of utility, because as you're purse rummaging, you're always trying to decide what I want to use, what I want to leave behind, and of course herbs are one-time use, so they usually go first. But when it comes to staffs, it's hard to really rank them, because one of the cool things about Shiren is that any item can be useful in the right context. If I had to rank the staffs though, I definitely put Postpone and Sloth up at the top. I've been using Sloth a lot because I've found a lot this run, but I usually use Postpone even more. It's always a good time for tentacles. This is a good opportunity to test any swords and shields you find, just in case they are cursed, because normally you can't unequip a cursed item. But with an unequipped trap, you can remove them. When it comes to the third most useful staff, and I'm ignoring staffs like the Bufu staff that you only get in the post-game, I'd probably say the Staff of Switching. Remember, I used that to get away from the Death Reapers in the Great Hall Monster House at the beginning of the game. Some people could say Doppelganger, Paralysis, those are good choices too, but switching combined with the other staffs is really, really useful. Especially Postpone. Postpone plus switching is almost unbeatable. There's an enemy I call the Octo Wiz, looks like an octopus wizard. This guy's a low poly dancer. They do a little spinny dance that lowers your fullness meter. Very dangerous if you don't have a lot of rice balls. This enemy is a trap bot. It lays visible traps in rooms but not in passageways, so you do not want it to follow you down a passageway. If it does, it will just attack you, and it does quite a lot of damage. This low poly dancer's not doing his dance. We're lucking out. Down below you see a Critable asleep. Critables do critical hits fairly often, and it's dangerous to go toe-to-toe with them because just a couple critical hits can mean game over. I'm gonna slow this one down. That is one big load of bull. Take on this trap bot. When trap bots set a trap, they freeze for a couple turns, so that's a good chance to get some free hits in. You can see these trap bots are doing quite a lot of damage. I wonder what they're attacking me with. What? Surprise, surprise, it's their heads. This cudgel is the perfect item to stuff into a change jar. And another Staff of Sloth. Woohoo! Oh, 444 guidance, that's unlucky. Alright, I am getting dizzy and I think I'm running a little low on rice balls. Do a little purse rummaging. Yeah, I only have 3 and one of them is a regular rice ball. One of the most important skills to learn in Shiren is when to start doing stair runs. If you get low on food, you might have to do some stair runs. Stair runs are when you go immediately to the stairs as quickly as possible. But in case you forgot, my name is Doofy and I love loot, so we will not be doing any stair runs unless I really start to starve to death. Which I might, because the low poly dancer just did his dance. I'm down to 80. Even a weed in Shiren can be useful if you have a change jar or if you're starving to death. Everything has a use, so I really like that about the game. The Octo Whiz always reminds me of that Shel Silverstein poem, My Beard. The last 3 lines of the poem are, I wraps my hair around my bear and down the road I goes. I just realized that Crittable has like a kilt on. Must be a Scottish Minotaur. I bet his Lucky Charms are Rocky Mountain oysters. Oh, wait a sec, that's Irish, never mind. I guess he could use his udder as bagpipes. Oh wait, it's a man, it doesn't have an udder. Never mind. If I was doing a stair run, I would take the stairs, not even look for loot, which is blasphemy. You saw that flying egg enemy earlier. If I had gotten that flying egg meat from the last shop, I could become that enemy and escape from most situations. That poison arrow trap is virtually harmless at this point in the game. There, the Octowiz just used his only spell. It prevents you from gaining HP as you walk around. If you get hit with that spell twice in a row, you actually start to lose HP with each step, which is a very dangerous situation. But I broke the spell already. I'm gonna try out my mystery staff on this Crittable, and it did nothing. We can see it's not a pain sharing staff, so it's either a staff of stability or a recovery staff. Fighting a spiky bomb is always a critical moment because it could blow. But this one did not. I will use my staff of switching, another good use for it. Stand at this intersection, and this spiky bomb will become a nice roadblock, cause a traffic jam for the other monsters. They'll be like, come on, spiky bomb, get out of the way. Get some free experience from this pumpkin muppet, and we are moving on to floor 25. There are 4 enemies in this room. I do not want to be quadruple teamed, so even though I could step on a trap, I'm going to try to get to the corridor. Success. There is the sound of a fluffy bunny doing what it does best and being annoying. I will try to use this pimp slap staff and knock the low poly dancer into the fluffy bunny, but it hit a Crittable. Now I'm getting bunny rushed, my favorite kind of rush. This nerdy bird is powered up, but isn't powered up enough to electrify a jar, so not too much of a threat. Down to 23 fullness, not good. Already getting hungry. Since I'm hungry and I don't have a lot of rice balls, I'm not going to explore all this little mini maze. Sometimes there is a little bit of loot hidden in the maze, but not really worth the risk. We are getting lucky with these Crittables. They're not doing critical hits. Maybe they found out I don't eat beef. Hey, know what a baby Minotaur is called? A cowboy. Or cowgirl, depending. Well, this is kind of lucky. I can eat this medical herb and refill my fullness meter by 5. Pro tip, you can also throw recovery items at undead enemies to injure them. This Crittable's like, ah, are you the lad that killed my twin brother? No, man, that was the other guy. Oh, I am full of horrible jokes today. Get some mo money, fewer problems. For rizzle my dizzle. Alright, I'm gonna have to eat my last big rice ball. I'm down to 1 regular rice ball with 4 floors remaining, and this is one of the most dangerous floors. Usually I would use a scroll of light, but I don't have one. So I will try to make it through this maze of death next episode on Shiren the Wanderer. See you then. Wandering the dungeon. A trap clicks and I am screwed. Walking in circles. Confusion is nothing new. Stumble trap. Oh crap. I just broke my jars. Rice ball trap. Hilarious. Floor after floor.
Are you the lad that killed my twin brother?